In this video, I'm going to show you how you can achieve real time and financial freedom as a sports coach by leveraging social media and online training. But before we get into it, who is this for? Number one, this is for coaches who are passionate about helping as many athletes as they possibly can. Maybe you're training athletes full time and you want to expand or grow your business. Maybe you're not training athletes full time, but you really want to. Maybe you're limited with the amount of time on how many athletes you can help, and you know there's a whole world online that you can tap into, but you have no idea how to do it. Maybe you're posting already on social media and you're comfortable putting yourself out there. You're just not quite sure, exactly how you can use social media, or maybe you're not posting on social media yet, but you're open to the idea to it and you want to learn how. You have a long-term growth mindset and you're looking to set yourself up for the future. You want to help as many athletes as possible. And above all else, you want to stop trading your time for money. If that is you, then this video is for you. But more importantly, who this is not for, this is not for people who aren't serious about growing their coaching business. So if you're not serious about growing your coaching business, then click out of this video. It's not for you. If you have limiting beliefs around what's possible, you think because you haven't done it or figured it out, it's impossible, or maybe you don't even know anybody who's done it themselves. If that's you and you think it's impossible, this video is certainly not for you. If you think online training is a scam, then you're going to want to click out of this video because this is not for you, okay? And most importantly, if you have a fixed mindset, you're not willing to adapt, this is not for you. If you're afraid to charge what you're worth, this is not for you. If you don't think that you can grow, right? You think that you're stuck where you're at forever, then this is not for you. Maybe you're not ready to make a change in your life. Click away from this video. This is not for you. But before we get into anything else, you're probably wondering, who is this guy? My name is Nick. I run an online consulting company where we help sports coaches achieve time and financial freedom by leveraging social media and online training. We've helped over 150 sports coaches by now. And this journey really started when I was 17 years old. I was a high school baseball player, and to be quite honest with you, I needed help, and I turned to social media to get it. And I found myself just more confused than before. You probably see all the fluff that's on social media, right? And I struggled for a lot of my career with honestly knowing what to do. I went to 4 schools in college. I went to the University of Notre Dame, San Jac. It's a junior college in Houston. It's a top 3 junior college program there. Went to the University of South Carolina and Southern Illinois University at Carbondale. Go Dogs. I struggled for a lot of my college career, right? I went to South Carolina after my junior college year and I won the starting shortstop job, and then finished the year hitting 127 and actually got cut. So I had a roller coaster of a journey. 2 years later, I set the single season school home run record at Southern Illinois with 17 home runs, and I signed an independent baseball contract, and honestly, I instantly regretted it, and I knew it was the end of my career and quit 10 days later. So when I quit baseball, I got a job at Kroger bagging groceries and started studying business, particularly online business. And 2 months later, I got a job in Arizona, Scottsdale, where I currently reside right now, doing mortgage sales, and I thought it was what I wanted to do, but honestly, I felt like there was no impact, right? I got into it because I wanted to make money, and then I realized that's not even worth it, right? So I started looking for a way out of the corporate rat race, and I just put my head down and studied, trying to figure out what I should do. And I came to the conclusion that I should do online fitness training until one day I met up with an old teammate, and he told me he wanted to do remote baseball training. And we started an online baseball training company teaching pitchers how to become more athletic and throw harder. I was doing a lot of the business side. He was kind of the face. And I quit my 9-to-5 corporate job after just 2 months into the business. And honestly, I never felt so free, not to mention I was making a huge impact in the game that I love so much. I had the opportunity to work with All-Americans, draft picks, professional baseball players, and even met some Major League ball players along the way. Not to mention the money wasn't bad either. This is our best month, May 2023. $32,000 cash collected in our Stripe account, training baseball players in my mid-20s. I was 25 with one of my best friends, right? And the reason why we were making so much money is because we knew exactly who we helped best. It became super easy to get our athletes results, and I developed deep and lasting relationships with my athletes. I still talk to many of them to this day, and I trained over 250 athletes online in just 10 months, and we had an absolutely dialed in process. We were pumping out results, making lots of money, having a huge impact in the game, and it seemed like the dream life for me until we kind of had a difference of opinion and vision, and we ended up splitting up, and I had a choice to make. Did I want to continue to train athletes online, or did I want to do something else? And when I had tons of people reaching out, asking me how I did what I was doing, including people offering me a percentage of their business to help them grow it, The decision was obvious. I felt like I could make a way bigger impact by teaching others how to do what I did and honestly achieving the freedom that I got, finding purpose outside of, just being an athlete, because I thought that was, my entire identity. And fast forward to present day, I now have a consulting company, like I mentioned earlier. We teach people how to do the same. My first client was Drew Richard. He's got 250,000 followers now, and he made $15,000 in the first 30 days of us working together. Now makes $20,000 a month, every single month, coaching athletes. And I've helped over 150 coaches thus far do the exact same thing. And the results are so good that people literally think I'm lying. You can go on this YouTube channel and look at, the 20 plus other video testimonials that I've done with my clients as well. And it's our mission to help coaches achieve freedom by impacting athletes all over the world. So the results, you're probably wondering. You can see right here, Andy did 18K in March. Drew right there did 20K in February. Ian Jenkins is absolutely crushing it right now. We're not even going to talk about the amount of money he's making right now, but it's multiple 5 figures a month, every single month. Evan Mendoza did 17K in March. His best month ever was 23K. Jordan Kennedy, 25K in May. And as you can see right here, he's had a lot of success. Scott right here did 30K in August, which is absolutely insane. Connor right here did 14K in August. Anthony did 11K in August. Reeves right here, absolutely crushing it. Did around 7K a few months ago, all while playing professional baseball as well. Cam right here, absolutely killed it. Went from doing a bunch of lessons to, pretty much only training athletes online. Brock right here, 12 new remote athletes in just a few months, which is absolutely insane. Ryan right here, got a bunch of hybrid clients, right? So I don't know if you guys are familiar with the hybrid model. If you're not, you're going to want to stick around because I'm going to show you about that. Peyton, right, was an ex-pro baseball player and then ended up launching his hybrid and online program, absolutely crushing it. Matt right here, making money through online training, right? So we've helped over 24 coaches in the last 12 months, 24 hit $10,000 a month coaching athletes online, and have helped over 100 coaches train their first athletes online, okay? And before I break down exactly how these guys are doing it, what you need to know that number one, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme, okay? It takes time, effort, and hard work, okay? The work is front-loaded. Once you put in the work up front, it becomes a lot easier to maintain, but this is not something where you can't just, click a button and all of a sudden you're making $10,000 a month. Anybody who says that is a liar, okay? You are going to need to put in work. This is going to take time. It is going to take effort. You will be required to change the way you think and do business to make this work. So like I said earlier, if you're not willing to make change, if you're not willing to learn, you're not willing to grow, this is not for you, okay? So if you want to get rich quick scheme, you aren't willing to put in the work, and you will never change the way you do business, then this is not for you. But if you are willing to work hard, see the long-term vision of online training for you and not only your business, but also your family, creating more freedom, and you want more for your life, you're going to want to stick around because I'm going to show you exactly how to make $10,000 a month coaching online. I have clients doing over $100,000 a month coaching athletes online, right? So how does this work? Number one, you want to create digital assets for an online training program. You want to leverage the internet to give your athletes more access and more resources than you can do with like a one-on-one in-person session. Then you want to use social media to reach more athletes and grow a wider audience, and then onboard new clients from your social media following. Okay, and we're going to get into the nitty-gritty details, but this is really what it comes down to, okay? Number one, you have to create a really, really good offer. Most coaches, they just do one-to-one sessions, an hour, maybe like a six-pack of one-to-one sessions, but it's always tied to your time. We're going to teach you in this training how to create an actual offer. Number two, you want to build a valuable online program, okay? So most people think that online training is Zoom lessons. It is not Zoom lessons, okay? So if you want to learn about how to create an online program, stick around. Number three, you want to develop an actual content strategy. Most people are just trying to blast as much stuff out on social media, trying to get a bunch of reach. We're going to show you in this training how to develop an actual content strategy. Number four, generating leads from social media, okay? This has a lot to do with your content strategy and how we can actually generate the leads. And then number five, we want to convert the audience that we're growing, because what's the point of posting on social media and trying to promote your business if you're not actually going to make money from it, right? So let's get started. Number one, creating an offer. What most coaches do is they give one-to-one lessons for $50 to $150 an hour, right? And their income is tied to their in-person sessions. They work with everybody because they don't want to leave quote unquote money on the table, right? Probably sounds familiar. You work with everybody because you're trying to pay your bills and you don't have any long-term commitments from athletes. Maybe they come in 1 week, they don't come in the next week. The problem is obviously athletes cancel sessions, leaves you without an income. You can't ever take time off without losing out on money. Maybe you want to take a trip with your family and you can't do it because you're going to lose out on money. You're not going to get paid when you're not giving lessons. Okay. Number 3, your athletes aren't committed to a longer term, so they aren't as bought into you, right? The minute they have a down week or something like that somebody's a little bit cheaper, they're just going to go with them, right? And you end up training athletes of different ages, and you don't want work with who you really want. That's a tongue twister, right? What you should do is dial in on one specific type of athlete you can help best and create an offer for that one specific type of athlete so you can work with who you want to work with, right? Because at the end of the day, what's the point of coaching and creating a life that you want to live if you're working with people that you don't even like serving, right? Maybe you like working with 15-year-old to 18-year-old athletes who want to get a college scholarship, but you work with a bunch of 6 to 8-year-olds because quote unquote, that's where the money is, right? I hear that all the time. And it's because you don't know how to create an offer to the people that you really want to work with, okay? You want to sign up athletes for longer term programs. This is going to get them committed, and that allows you to charge monthly or even upfront for a 3 to 6 month package. If you go on my Instagram, you see I have clients that, will collect $2,400, $4,000 upfront from an athlete because they have a really, really good offer and they're very specific with who they help. They turn away people that they don't want to work with. They only work with specific people, right? And in order to do this, you have to be willing to step over pennies to pick up the dollars, right? Most of you guys are picking up pennies and stepping over dollars, okay? So the benefits, number 1, you work with who you actually want to work with. Wow, what a foreign concept, okay? Number 2, athletes are committed to the long-term vision of development rather than quick fixes, right? Everyone wants quick fixes, okay? But if you have a good offer, you will get athletes committed to the long-term vision. It's all about how you position yourself. Okay, number 3, create a more reliable source of income. You actually can take a vacation with your family. You actually get recurring payments. You don't have to chase them down, asking them to Venmo you, right? And you can finally quit tying your income to your time in person. How do you do that? Well, you need to build a program, okay? And the problem with only doing one-to-one sessions is you only see your athletes once per week, leaving them with no direction the other 6 days. The development doesn't stop outside of the lessons. So maybe you give them a great lesson, they go away, you give them homework, quote unquote. This is something I hear all the time. You give them homework, and then what do? Nothing. They don't do it. They don't even remember what you told them. Guess what? Because they're kids, because they're 15-year-old, even 12-year-old kids, they're not going to remember the homework that you gave them unless you build out a program that they can follow every single day and they can pull it up on their phone on a training app, okay? And then on top of that, there's no relationship outside of the lesson. It's very transactional. You're just turn and burn. How many lessons can I do? And to be honest with you, that's not how I want to do it, and that's not how you should want to do it either. You should want longer-term committed athletes to really help them get results, okay? And the solution is the hybrid program. If you're not familiar with the hybrid program, I'm about to blow your mind. Okay, the hybrid program, your athletes get support 7 days a week. You give them more training outside of your in-person sessions. And you can now charge monthly or 3 to 6 months for your training, right? Upfront packages, and it sets the frame for a longer-term vision of development together because let's be honest, one-to-one sessions are not enough for an athlete to really get better. You need to be providing them with more support, okay? So how can I do this, right? That's probably the question you're asking. Okay, I want to do a hybrid program. I want to train my athletes more. I want to give them more support. Nick, how do I do this? Okay. The first thing you're going to want to do is identify 3 to 5 athletes who are your ideal clients, right? Who is that athlete that I want to train? If I had 1,000 of this person or even 10 of this person, my life would be so much better. Okay. Then you're going to build them a routine to do outside of when you guys are together and you put it on a training app. There are tons of training apps. We have a partnership with Connect, right? We have a partnership with Connect. You can go ahead, look them up. And it will basically allow you to put all your information in one place, document your knowledge, and then you can actually train athletes from the phone, right? Think about how kids are learning best these days. They are learning from their phone. They're learning everything from their phone. So why would we not meet them where they're at instead of trying to fight, oh, wow, they need to come in person more? Well, that's really not realistic. Because if you were to, let's say, charge people $100 an hour and you see them every single day, that's $700 a week. That's $2,800 a month. Who can afford that, right? You'd rather just charge them $400 a month for 4 sessions in person, or even $500 a month for 4 sessions in person, plus this daily routine. And it's going to help them get so much better. And on the training apps, you can hold them accountable. You can see what they're doing every single day, right? You have one place where you can document every single drill you've ever done, every single, like TED Talk style that you've ever done, or like a more in-depth concept where you're explaining more than just, hey, move your hands up a little bit or do it like this, right? Actually teaching people the concepts so that way they can learn. You'd rather your athletes are on the phone learning about how to get better at their sport, doing something productive, than mindlessly scrolling on TikTok. And if you've ever been on TikTok, you know there's some stuff that kids probably shouldn't be seeing, right? So the benefits of this, your athletes can go into the app and watch the homework you give them, right? You can see their compliance through the app to hold them accountable, and their development continues outside of your in-person sessions. On top of that, you're building a digital asset to now sell to people through the internet, right? So you can see how this starts to work. Okay, you create the hybrid program for your in-person athletes, and that gives you the skeleton and the framework to be able to take on strangers from the internet, okay? So how do I get clients through social media, right? Because I'm saying you can get clients through the internet and you can sell them this hybrid program, right? How exactly does that work? Well, you want to create great content on Instagram. And so where most people go wrong is they have no real content strategy on social media. All they care about is getting more reach, and that they think that they need a gigantic audience to make sales through social media, which couldn't be further from the truth. And they don't even get started because they're afraid of what other people will say. Maybe you have that one friend that you're worried about, them, saying something about, oh, you think you're an influencer now, right? That's where most people go wrong. They're so worried about what other people are going to say about them that they don't even get started. Okay, so the reality is that you only need about 1,000 followers on Instagram to sign up 20 plus clients. And we've had clients go from, 0 to 10,000 followers in, a handful of months, right? Just by understanding how to build a following on social media. And realistically, you need a niche audience that resonates with your message, right? So take example like this video, right? This video is only for a very, very specific type of person. Okay, that's how my business grows. And that's what I teach my clients as well. Your content needs to be specific with who you can help best, okay? Because there are tons of people out there who need your help. And if you create content that's for a specific type of person, they will find you. Instagram's algorithm is so good. And by the way, we do recommend Instagram. It is the best way to acquire new training clients, okay? But if you try to go for reach, you won't resonate with anybody. If you market to everybody, you're marketing to nobody, okay? You need to be very, very specific, which is why it is so important to have a really good offer dialed in on one specific type of person and just hammer that message over and over and over and over and over again to attract your dream clients, okay? And you only need 20 athletes to pay $250 a month to make $5,000 a month training athletes online, which is insane, right? That's probably a mind-blowing stat for you guys, especially with no overhead expenses, maybe software that's $100 a month, maybe, right? That's a cheap program too. We have clients who charge $500 a month, sometimes more, especially for hybrid, $750 a month, okay? And if you charge $500 a month and you have 20 athletes, you'll make $10K a month. That is why you need to be specific with who you want to work with. I cannot stress this enough. Be very, very specific with who you want to work with. Not everybody will say yes to $500 a month. That's fine, okay? But the athletes you help best will gladly pay that because parents pay thousands for showcases. Thousands, travel, all this different stuff, but they really need development. And that is what you're offering them, is a full-on development program. If they invest in their training, they won't need to spend as much on showcases because if you're really that good, you don't need to go to showcases. You just post something on Twitter and boom, you got 20 offers. It happens every single day, right? So you need to find those people, and we do that by being targeted on social media, which is why we need to be specific with our offer. Hopefully this is making sense for you. And specific with who we train, we have to be willing to say no to people who are not our ideal avatar. Okay, we have to be willing to say no to people who are not our ideal client. So build your hybrid program for your ideal athlete based on the current client roster that you have. That way you can make content for people, for more people just like them. Okay? Then you'll attract only those people. We are not trying to be influencers. We're trying to help the athletes that need our help most. So now that we know how to attract them, how do we get them to pay us money, right? Because there's probably somebody watching this right now who has, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 25,000, 50,000, 100,000 followers. And you're like, dude, I cannot make a sale to my audience to save the life of me. How do I get them to pay me? Okay? You need to learn sales. Simple as that. Sales are a part of life, and sales get a bad rep, okay? A lot of people think sales are a really bad thing, but you cannot feed your family if you don't make sales, okay? And if you create a good program and you're a great coach, it is your moral obligation to sell your program, okay? Because that way, if you get paid and you make enough money to provide for your family and live the life that you want, you will love coaching every single day. You'll provide your athletes a way better service, and they will get way better results, okay? But if you don't charge enough money, if you're not good at sales, then you won't be able to coach the way that you want. You'll always feel overworked, underappreciated, and you'll never be able to create the life that you want, have the freedom that you want, coach the athletes that you want, get the results that you want, and honestly just be the coach that you needed when you were their same age, right? How do we do that? You need to have conversations with your audience, okay? The DMs are a magical place, okay? I've signed up over 500 clients online through Instagram DMs. Okay? The DMs are a magical place. You can start conversations with your potential athletes, and if they're the right fit, you get them on a Zoom call and you pitch them your program. It's pretty simple, right? Obviously, there are ways that you can have those conversations that generate more calls or ways to generate more leads, right? But this is how you do it. We're going to keep it super high level, or else I would be on this video for 6 hours showing you how to do it, right? But you want to get in the DMs. You want to have conversations only with the people who are your ideal clients, which is why it's so important to have a very specific offer, a very specific content strategy, so you're only attracting those types of people into your audience. So that way, when you have conversations with them, you know what their pain points are, you know what their goals are, you know what their situation looks like, you know how you can help them. And when you get them on a Zoom call, you pitch them their program. And if you're convicted in your program and you can actually help, athletes will feel that. They will sign up. They will want to work with you, okay? There is no coincidence that we've helped so many coaches train athletes online and grow online, right? Because if you do things properly, it will work. It's worked for a bunch of other people. And once you master this, you can sign up as many athletes as you want for the rest of your life, right? Once you have the skill, you can do it over and over and over and over and over again. What are you going to do? Run out of potential athletes to train? There are hundreds of thousands, millions of athletes out there, right? And you only need 20. You only need 20 to realistically have freedom to do what you want, right? And once you set up the program, once you set up everything up front, once you do everything that you need to do, then the maintenance work on the back end is much less, and you can grow as big or as small as you want from there, right? But do you want to learn how to do this? Okay? If you're a coach and you want to learn how you can apply this, you're hungry and ready to learn, you want a shortcut, you value time over money, and you're ready to put in the work, then book a call with me or my team down below, right? On that call, we'll run through your situation. We'll see what your current situation looks like really figure out, where your bottlenecks are, what your goals are, what's holding you back from getting there. And if we're 100% confident that we can help you, only 100% confident that we can help you, we'll show you exactly how we can help you, okay? Worst case scenario, we'll just point you in a different direction. We're very, very particular about who we work with, right? That's why at the beginning of this video, I said, who is this for? Who is this not for, right? Because we only want to work with a very specific type of coach with a very specific type of goal, which is why we want to talk to you. If you are that person, we only work with coaches who are ambitious and want to grow. You're willing to put in the work. You're looking for a shortcut to success. You aren't looking for a get-rich-quick scheme. I cannot harp on that enough. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme, okay? And above all else, you're a cool person to work with that, you're going to be enjoyable and, be a good addition to our community. But how does our program work? In our program, we will show you how to create a valuable offer that allows you to charge higher prices for longer-term commitments, build an online program using a training app to hold your athletes accountable and save time writing programs, and then grow and monetize an audience on social media, right? The process is dialed in. You really have two options. You can take this information in this training, you can try it on your own, or you can get a shortcut. So we provide the shortcut. I spent 12 hours a day, 7 days a week for 12 months refining this system for myself, actually training athletes, training over 250 athletes online in, 10 to 12 months. At least 5,000 hours. At least 5,000 hours, okay? I've spent the last 12 months tweaking and iterating the process to perfect it for other people, teaching other people how to do it, working with over 150 coaches, 5,000 plus hours of my own work, right? Not to mention, I spent over $60,000 on my own business education, learning from other people who are further ahead, how to create better content, how to develop better programs, how to be a better leader, okay? So if you want to leverage all the money I've spent, $60,000, a yearly American salary, right? Skip the 10,000 hours plus of work that I've put in personally, plus leverage over 150 coaches' experiences and mistakes, and make sure you do things right the first time. Book a call with my team today. Do it right down below, okay? Question, is this for me, okay? Who gets results? People with a growth mindset. You have to have a growth mindset, okay? And you have to have a long-term vision of what you want, because with online training, you're setting yourself up for the future, okay? And you're either coaching full-time or you're serious about making it a full-time thing. If you're not that serious about coaching full-time, like maybe you're not coaching full-time and you're not that serious about it, right? Then this is probably not for you. And you have motivation to do something bigger than what the average person does, right? You want more for your life. You're not afraid to take action. You go after what you want. People who don't get results, right? People with victim mindsets, people who just want to dip their toe in the water and let's see, right? In my opinion, success is a choice. You choose to have success, okay? If you want to be a victim, if you just want to dip your toe in the water, if you're not willing to work hard and you blame others when you don't get results, you won't get results, right? If that is you, then we do not want to work with you. Please do not book a call with us. Seriously. And you need permission, not feedback, okay? We want people who go after what they want. So if you need permission on every single little thing, right, you're probably not going to get results, okay? So what even is a program? I've talked a lot about it. I've talked about, how we can help people, who we've helped, what specifically the process is to actually get the results that you're looking for. So my program is called the Remote Training Mastermind. It's a 90-day program showing you how you can make $10,000 a month plus coaching athletes online. My best clients will hit their first $10,000 cash collected in just 2 weeks. The average client makes around $4,000 every single month for just 10 to 15 hours of work per week, right? That obviously does not include the upfront work that you have to put in order to make this machine go, right? But once you have the machine set up, and we'll show you how to set it up, then from there, it's a lot of maintenance, okay? The logistics. It's a 90-day intensive group coaching program, okay? There's course curriculum that's so easy, a dog could follow it. We've rebuilt it 4, 5, 6 times, right? To learn from our mistakes over and over and over and over and over again. There are 3 group calls a week with workshops, Q&As, guest speakers, etc. One-to-one calls and messaging support from a support specialist on my team, people who have actually been in the trenches, done online training themselves, had success, and now are partnered up with me to help people just like you get the results that they already did. And there's also a private community of over 100 coaches active right now where we all help each other out and work together, okay? Like I said, it takes 10 to 15 hours per week to make this happen. So if you don't have that, this is probably not for you, okay? Just being honest, it does take work. It does take maintenance, okay? All group calls are recorded so you can go back and watch them if you miss them, right? I hear a lot of people say the group calls are probably the most valuable part of the entire program just because they can hear from other people. Kind of a roundtable discussion, or we'll go more in depth on like things that people are struggling with, whatever, right? Because it's not all sunshine and rainbows. I do not want to push that message, okay? There is struggle. If you try and go at this alone, good luck. All power to you. I did it. It was absolutely so difficult. I wish I created the program that I wish I would have had when I was going through all this, right? You'll also literally have unlimited resources, support, and information to ensure you get results, right? We will do everything in our power to make sure you get results, okay? So going through the program, how it works. Day 1 of the program, you get an onboarding call with a one-to-one specialist, and you'll analyze your entire situation and create the most efficient path to success. You'll leave that call with 3 to 5 definitive action steps, and to complete those action steps, you'll have resources to help you complete them, whether that be course modules, worksheets, forms, or different things like that. They'll show you exactly how to do those things, what buttons to click, how to do it, templates, scripts, etc., right? Once you complete those action steps, you'll fill out a form and jump on another call with your one-to-one support specialist, and you'll review everything you've done to ensure you're executing things properly. Following that call, you'll then have 3 to 5 action steps to complete, right? And then you'll jump on another call, okay? You'll get 6 one-on-one calls with your support specialist in the 90 days. And in between those one-on-one calls, you'll have direct messaging access to your support specialist, as well as a community of over 100 coaches doing the exact same thing that you are, okay? There are group calls multiple times per week that you can jump on and ask questions and engage with others in the community. Like I said, people say that it's probably the most valuable part of the entire program. And I know a lot of people say, oh, there are 100 other people doing this. Isn't the market saturated? It's like, well, there's millions of athletes out there, and for you to hit your goals, probably what your goals are, you only need around 20 athletes. So like, there's no such thing as market saturation. This is the least saturated the market will ever be. You have to get on this ASAP if you plan on doing it, okay? So the course curriculum, just to kind of give you a look, right? We have offer creation right here, show you exactly how to create a really, really good and valuable offer, who to go after, how to build an online program, step-by-step, what to do, how to do it, every single thing like that, how often to reach out to your athletes, how to price your program, how to create the daily training plan. Like I said, we have a partnership with a training app that you can get all of your information on ASAP in literally 7 days, and we get a special deal for our clients as well. Content foundations, how to script, record, edit videos, different scripts and templates and different things like that, how to edit different types of videos, how to go for reach, how to nurture your current audience, things like that. And then also the sales process, okay? How to actually convert your audience into paying customers, right? Because that, at the end of the day, is really what we're looking for. As well as worksheets to help you work through it, actually do exactly what we're talking to you about, help you think through the process, and really just help you digest the information. Think of this kind of like a college course, right? This is a college course teaching you how to do remote training, all right? And then obviously we have call forms as well that you'll fill out, so that way we can hold you accountable to actually doing the work. Because if you do the work, then it will work, right? And we have developed our program to make sure that if you do the work, right, which is why I harp so much on, look, this actually takes work, right? If you do the work, then you will get results, okay? Group calls, here's an example where one of our sports specialists, his name is Matt Ross, you can go ahead and look him up on social media. He's got like 45,000 on Instagram, 150,000 on TikTok. He's showing people different content strategies, how you can edit, right? Some of you guys out there are probably like, oh, I don't know how to edit videos. Well, we're gonna show you exactly how to do that, either live on a group call or in a setting where, you know, we have a module showing you exactly what buttons to click, how to do it, what software to use, etc. Okay? Obviously right there, we have the recordings of it as well, one-to-one support. You'll have one-to-one calls with your support specialist where they will go over exactly what your problems are and unlock those bottlenecks so that way you can push forward. And you'll have one-to-one messaging support from your support specialist at any time that will get back to you and answer your questions. And you can also, like I said, go into the community, right? But you'll get feedback, coaching, and guidance on your journey so that way we can get you from where you are right now to where you want to be in the most time-efficient manner as possible. Also, we have a community. As you can see right here, we use Slack. Right here, a couple introductions, Vic Ferrante, Justin Clip, right? They're just going in there, introducing themselves. Obviously, people are greeting them, which I think is pretty cool. And then as well as the Wins channel, you see right there, Carl Carswell. He's an absolute beast. Carl, if you're watching this, you're a stud. He is absolutely killing it. Literally in the first 30 days, cleared over $6,000. Not bad. So worst case scenario in this program, you will learn the skills that will serve you for life, right? There is a new world that is out there on social media, on the internet. If you are not learning how to use the internet to grow and make money, you are behind, okay? On top of that, you'll be able to connect with tons of other like-minded individuals and have a proven roadmap and system to implement to grow an online training business. And you know how to service your in-person athletes better through a hybrid supplement, right? Giving them more of a program, more service, okay? So if you want the shortcut and you want to reach more athletes, have a bigger impact in the world, achieve time and financial freedom, and provide an extraordinary service to your athletes, book a call with my team now. And a quick reminder, online training isn't going anywhere. Social media will only get bigger. The market is the least competitive today that it will ever be. So do not wait to take action on this, okay? You need, if you want to achieve time and financial freedom, and you're a sports coach, online training, social media, that is the way to do it. It isn't going anywhere. It is only going to get bigger. Think about in 5 years or 10 years. Think 10 years back. how much different the world was. Think about in 10 years how much different the world's going to be. Okay, you need to get on this as soon as possible. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. So here's a thought for you. What if you could make $10,000 a month training athletes online without giving up your in-person business? You could provide a higher level of service to your in-person athletes and get paid more for it. And your athletes got the best results you've ever got from them without you having to be right there telling them what to do. What would that do for your life? If you want a better life, more impact, more freedom, don't wait. Book a call with my team. Take action now. We're looking forward to speaking with you soon.